If you got a notification and then the video was deleted, yep, that happened. A little technical difficulty. I apologize for the noise in the background. In fact, let me shut the laundry room door. I'm doing some laundry for my mommy. I have to get these plants, pardon me, up potted. Now I'm gonna have the hiccups. Yep, that's a great video, Kim. And guys, I know I look rough, and you're just gonna have to excuse it. Just excuse it. But I thought I would give you a quick update on what's going on with Mom, what's going on with me, what are my plans, and maybe a few words of wisdom. Hello, whoever jumped on how to better deal with a crisis in your life than I dealt with it. So, this morning, y'all, I had my seedlings planted in the Arrow Garden for a month, and they are outgrowing and needed to be up potted. So I'm going to work on a little bit of potting while we talk. So, update on Mom. Y'all, there was a spider in here earlier, and I do not like spiders. I mean, I'm not afraid of them, I just don't want it to bite me. So, one of the things I can say, first of all, let me talk about up potting, and I'm sorry guys, I may be all over the place, is the Arrow Garden was amazing to start seeds in. I will never do it the old-fashioned way again as long as I can get the accessories for my Arrow Garden. So what I've done here is I have these peach pots, and I'm just going to make a huge mess. I did yesterday. I did half of them yesterday, or better than half, and I'm going to finish them up today. I'm just using some organic potting soil. If it was better weather, I would be doing this outside. Fact of the matter is, it is not. Y'all, I hope we're all staying safe in this crazy spring weather. We were under a tornado watch. We had 60-mile-an-hour winds. My veggie pod cover will never be the same. I found it way out yonder, but that's okay. So what I like to do, I would like to use damp soil, but the fact of the matter is it's too messy to do that indoors. So I'm going to fill these with dry soil. Then I'm going to go ahead and water them really, really good and put them under. I do still use my grow lights. And I'll take you in and show you that if I can. I don't have good luck with lives, and you're on the ring light right now. So let me give you a quick update about Mom, what's going on, why I said I'm going to take a 2-week break, and I will be having a revised schedule for 2 weeks. So, in case y'all haven't kept up with all the craziness, what happened was Mom fell about a week and a half ago and broke her collarbone. They also found out at the hospital she has a compression fracture to her 10th thoracic vertebrae, thoracic, not thoracic, or Jurassic, and a broken rib, which was bad enough. Well, then somehow, and we don't know, I'll probably never know the whole truth of this story, she got up in the night and fell again, and this time she broke her hip. Unfortunately, when you're 87, almost 88 years old, things fail. So what happened in the, hello everybody, this must be a good time. What happened was, once they started trying to treat her, she had lost so much blood from the bone breaks that her hemoglobin was so low that she didn't have the components in her blood to carry oxygen. So they had to give her blood. And then things started to fail because of so much stress on her body. She was on oxygen, which is not that unusual or dramatic, but my mom does have heart failure. We found out she's had a heart attack sometime within the last year, which must have been without symptoms. Her kidneys started to fail. I mean, it's just been one thing after another. So I will say, for any of you locals, I had never been to Grandview Hospital. They were amazing. They were totally amazing. And I have nothing negative to say about any of the care Mom has received since the incident. It's been really good. And you know, guys, it's hard to be an advocate, but thank goodness I know how to navigate the system. I have never in my life been so grateful for having a knowledge base and having worked as a nurse for so many years, because you know, I'm not an amazing, smarter than everybody person, but I know a thing or two. And I know my mom. So, the mistake that I made, guys, was I ate, don't do this, y'all. I ate in the hospital cafeteria, not their fault. Got into soy. And so, took me completely down. And I'm not going to go into the details. Let me just say I had tummy troubles. Really, really bad, you know, being sick and, you know, all the things. And that put a lot of stress on me. And I almost had a meltdown, guys. And I was like, I'm not doing YouTube anymore. I'm not planting my garden. So here's what I can say. When you have a major life stress, don't start making great big decisions. Good morning, Robin. And thank you for your prayers. And I'm going to say a little bit about that as well. You guys have been my support system. You really have. I mean, I have my kid. Don't get me wrong, and I have other people in my life, friends that have been amazing too. But just don't make any big life decisions. And more than ever, giving yourself one priority for the day. My to-do list are as long as my arm, and I love them. And I had just done that whole thing about bullet planning, and I had just started it, and I'm like, I do not have the bandwidth to do this. So don't make any major decisions, life-altering decisions. Pick 1 to 3 priorities, 3 at the maximum. I confess my to-do list is a little longer today, but it's been a 1 priority sort of day for a few days. Try your best not to take your frustration at the situation out on anyone around you. I have a tendency to be upset when I don't get help from my sister, and that doesn't change anything, guys. All it does is make me upset and sicker or feel worse. So those are probably my 3 salient points. You know, don't make any major decisions. Set your priorities, and try to be, if you need to be angry that the situation happened, but it's better to just start to look for solutions. So my original thought, guys, and you guys are all going to be like, you crazy girl. I'm bringing my mom home. I'm just going to bring her home. I'm going to empty out the long-term pantry, put it in my dining room. I'm going to set up a hospital bed, and I'm going to take care of Mom 24/7 because nobody can do it like me. Guys, here to tell you, not the answer. Once I have been by Mom's bedside, guys, I'd have to have around-the-clock care. She can't walk. She can't transfer. It takes 2 big men to get her. And my mom's a tiny little thing, but to safely transfer her. She's terrified of falling. I've been feeding my mom. She can't feed herself. Something's gone different with her vision through all this surgery, whether she had a stroke. I'm not really sure. They're not really sure. Nobody's really sure. My mom's always had, well, not always, for many years has had poor vision, but 2 different facilities have asked me if she's blind because she cannot feed herself. She can't see what's before her. She can't tell who a person is. So it's very sad. But I want to tell you guys, my mom doesn't remember it, but I had posted, and all of you guys said you were praying. And it was such a comfort to my mother for me to read your comments. I'm sorry, guys. I'm still kind of emotional in case you hadn't noticed that. That's why I didn't even bother with makeup. I'm like, well, I cried off by lunchtime. Y'all have sent me cards. You've sent Mom cards. You've privately messaged me. It has meant the world to me. So I just want to thank you and apologize that I have not commented personally on each comment because I didn't even get on YouTube for 2 days and I had 66 messages, which just goes to show you. Oh, thank you, Lovely's Crafting Lodge. What a cool name. It's such a comfort, to have such a great group of people. And I'm not going to quit YouTube, even though I said I was. And I didn't say it to you all, but I was like, that's too much work and I don't have the bandwidth. I love YouTube. It motivates me. You all have been so good to me, and I appreciate you all so much. I just don't know what to say. Good grief. And of course, I have no tissues. Hold on, let me get a paper towel. Don't want to mess up my lashes, guys. You can't rub your lashes. Good morning, Sharon. Hold on, guys. Okay. I don't want snot running down my face. There is a limit to what I will put on YouTube. Taking a break from YouTube is not quitting, just rest. Yeah. So, I don't know what today holds. What I know is that the Lord knows, and He will help me through it. So the plan right now, guys, is to try to get Mom over, they're only giving her 20 days, and she's been there since Tuesday. This is Saturday. Very little progress. Although, well, they pretty much like pick her up and put her in the wheelchair, but she's sitting up, and that does my heart good because laying in that bed is the worst thing. But her pain is not under control. She's beat from head to toe from all the injuries. And she has various little boo-boos, from falling and just being older, right? And being poked so many times in the hospital and pulling out her IVs and all the things that people do when they're confused and on a lot of medications. So she will be going back to the facility, to the assisted living. She has been begging me, I want to go back to my home. She said, I don't have a house anymore, but that's my home. That's home to me. I have my room. I have my friends. That's the clearest my mom has been, and I don't know when. So, because apparently, as I shared, I have 2 brothers, and I have teased her relentlessly because she needs to laugh and be happy as she possibly can be. So, probably at about the 3-week point, they will cut her from Medicare because I don't think my mom can make a lot of progress in therapy. One thing is her cognition, second is her vision, third is just her level of debilitation. However, the memory care assisted living does not require a person be able to walk or feed themselves as a condition of readmission. So I've been working with them as well. So that was a huge relief because in my mind, I thought I was going to have to find a permanent placement for Mom in a skilled nursing facility. And while where she is, and I'm not going to share where, they're very nice. They have plenty of staff. It's very nursing home environment. And I just, I don't like it. And again, it's not that they're doing anything wrong. It's just my mom is in a very, very, very nice facility before all this happened, and it would be hard to measure up. It's more like having a little apartment. Even though all the staff is around and all that, it's very different than a nursing home. Now, what could happen, guys, is they say she's made 0 progress. She gone, and they give you a 72-hour notice. The assisted living is aware of that. They may cut her. So that's why I just said, give me a couple weeks, guys, and I probably will just hop on and do lives or something like that, unless I have a whole bunch of time, and I can't imagine that. It's about a 15-minute drive for me, and I've been going twice a day because I want to make sure Mom eats. And like I said, I have to hand feed her. And the funny thing is, let's see, we will always stand by you, hugs and prayers. Being an advocate is very stressful. And I think the hardest part of being an advocate it's not knowing what you want for whoever you're caring for, it's figuring out how to get there. And what's the best route, because you don't know everything and you don't have a crystal ball, or mine's broken if I have one. So I would say also give yourself grace. I have girlfriends around here, and guys, they have been amazing, amazing, you know, checking in on me and stuff like that. My son was going to come home, and there is no point in my 38-year-old son sitting there watching his very confused Grammy suffer. That doesn't help me. It's not going to help him. It's just not. I ask him, I said, unless you have a desire to come, I won't stop you, but I don't see any real need for it. And it's an 8-hour round trip. And of course, of all things, Chester's probably in his very, very last days. It's been having episode after episode. And that's been emotionally hard on Ben, so I don't want to push him over the edge like I went. So thank you all again. I'm so glad you all jumped on. I think that's about the most I've ever had on a live. Y'all want to see my my up-potting and how good my starts have done? Let me see if I can do it. It's gonna get dark for just a minute, if y'all don't mind. I'm really pleased that I didn't just open the garbage can and throw them away, because I thought about that. Make sure to thumbs up. Thank you, Lovely's Crafting Lodge. Thank you, Marianne. Okay. Guys, looky, look. Oh, the blue lights make it look very strange. Look how big my pumpkins are. And tomatoes, and I have some peppers are not as big, but yeah, I got a pretty good little start going, so no need to trash all that just because I'm overwhelmed, right? And I still have a good month before anything can go in the ground for our last frost date. It is supposed to be 29 here tonight. So, oops, sorry guys with my hand. All right. Anybody have any questions? I feel like a teacher. I'll just give a minute in case anybody wants to say anything else. And then I'm going to get back to up-potting and finish the laundry. Ohio is silly weather. I tell you guys, with all the tornadoes and the weird things going on and the train derailments, it's just been like nuts. And normally when it's really bad, I won't sleep upstairs. I will sleep downstairs, because I always figure I'll end up in the next town over if we have a tornado. Oh, you're in Ohio too? Okay, so you totally know. But last night I was so tired, I was like, I don't even care. I'll just go for a ride on the mattress if it blows me away. And of course I prayed the Lord's protection, and he was gracious to grant it. But chickens are fine, but there's a lot of stuff scattered over the lawn. Girl, I know. I missed the comment that said prayers. I'm sorry, guys. You have no idea how fast it goes or how slow I am. It's one of the two. So today is the day that Friendly Knoll Farms, Kentucky, has the same weather. Yes, they do. Hey, good morning, Judy. Today's the day that the Friendly Knoll Farms opens, and I was like, I'm gonna be the first one there, and I'm gonna get my cabbage and my broccoli, because I'm just gonna buy some starts. Even though I've got all this, I am gonna buy starts. But I don't know if I'm gonna make it today. So I am gonna go get my lashes done, because you know self-care is an important part of taking care of yourself so you can take care of others. Not that I would die without doing that, but it gets me out away from a medical environment. I'm kind of tired of all that, and yeah, I'm ready to just think about something different, and then I can swing by Mom's on the way back. Thankful, yes, Anita, I am too. I worried about the girls more. Even though they're safe and their place is super secure, a tree could have fallen, you know. Being so... Aw, Sandra, God bless you for taking care of your husband. You know, I've said all along, I thought I was well equipped because of what happened with my dad. My dad had prostate cancer, and when they found it, it had metastasized everywhere. But he was at home, he was on hospice. My mom was still very with it 12 years ago. And I had a lot of support people from hospice. We had round-the-clock care. The only thing I really did for my dad besides visit with him, comfort him, was if hospice called off or we didn't have somebody to cover, I would cover the shift, which, you know, doing that occasionally is pretty simple. But when you have someone that cannot make good decisions for themselves, it becomes a whole new ball game, guys. But we're going to get through this and see if I can do this without crying. If it's my mom's time, the most important thing is to get rest. Yes. And guys, let me tell you, I slept last night. The first night. I slept so much, Frankie kept coming up and it's like, are you okay, Mom? I'd pet his head and say, lay down, go night-night. He'd go back and lay down. He sleeps a lot. Sorry, guys, I know I'm all over the place. I read a comment and then my mind goes someplace else. Oh, well, it doesn't really matter. I think I've probably said enough and repeated myself enough times. But, if the Lord takes my mom home, if it's her time, we'll be sad. I'll be sad. I will miss my mom. I love my mom. But people don't live forever, and I know that. And I know where my mom is going. She has the assurance of heaven through salvation. My dad is there waiting for her, so it'll be okay. Good Lord, y'all. I'm so sorry. I thought I would do this really, really well, but not so much. I thought, oh, I'll be busy, and I won't think about it. All right, well, my washer's beeped, so I better go get Mom's clothes in the dryer. I will leave you with the funny so I can stop crying. It's okay not to be okay. Yeah, it's a good thing it's okay not to be okay because I haven't been so much okay. So of all the things that my mom has fussed about, I mean, aside from being in pain, she's gone with the flow. You know, she's compliant, you know. But the very first thing she said, where's my bra? I need my bra. That is, we have laughed until we can't laugh anymore at her because that is all she talked about was she needed her bra. And I'm like, you know, I'm probably going to be like that too. It's so funny of all the things that she would be worried about. It was her bra. So, yes, I took her 3 bras and the rest are in the washer. So we're all good on the bras, right? So my son, I was telling him a little bit, you know, I try not to get too explicit with him. And he's like, Mom, don't you dare give me a hard time when I put you in a nursing home. And I'm like, I promise I won't. I promise I won't. I mean, we all hope we never get to that phase, but, you know, my mom has made it fairly easy for me now. You know, she hated me, hated the place when she first went there, and now she's asking to go home. So this too shall pass. All right, guys, thanks for all your encouraging words. Sorry I blubber like a baby. I better get these up potted before they wilt. And I will check in with you soon. It may be on another live like this. And guys, let me tell you, if you jumped on late and you want to go watch the whole thing, thank you, lovelies. I'm just going to call you lovelies. For whatever reason, when you do a live, YouTube uploads it to high def. One thing I've noticed is the words that you hear in my mouth don't coordinate. I don't know why that is. It's a YouTube thing. But it takes a while for it to upload, and while it's uploading, it cuts in and out. So it's not me, it's a YouTube thing, so just know that if you decide to go back and watch anything. All right, guys, thank you for your time this morning. I hope you all have a really blessed day. Stay safe in this crazy, crazy weather, and I'm going to get to work. All right, I'll talk to y'all soon. Thank you, Karen.